Well, I think the first time we met properly, Vic, was at this event in 2019 at your place.
Yeah.
I think that was probably...
Yeah, it probably was. And
a bit changed since then.
A lot's happened since then, yeah.
Exactly.
I remember looking across our ground and it was just covered in water and there was no grass on there, and yeah.
That was the extent of your problems.
Yeah, with 100 groundsmen looking on and thinking, God, this looks awful. Fancy bringing them all up to see this. But yeah, there were a lot more bigger and more important issues to come very shortly after that. Yeah,
because it's the most northerly test match ground in the world, isn't it? Is that what?
At the moment it is, yeah, until I suppose Scotland get test matches.
No, we're getting good.
You're getting there.
We're
yeah,
getting there slowly.
Yeah. So at the moment we still are, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, the issues I think we spoke last night briefly about the fact that the popularity of cricket is actually having an impact, and you guys having to prepare the wickets. There's more and more work that's having to be done. How do you mitigate that? How do you get through now when you've got women's cricket, you've got the 100, you've got 2020, you've got 4-day test cricket? It's a plethora of cricket.
Yeah, there is far more cricket going on at the moment. I guess it's like a lot of other jobs in life. Those are the challenges that are thrown at you, and you have to just have to go with it, and you just have to be able to put these games on, stage these games, and hope that everything is going to be all right. I'm sure there will come a point whereby there maybe are problems because people aren't being given sufficient time to produce the surfaces. Because not only is it the games that we have, but for every game that we have, the day before is a training day. So it's 2 days you can't get on the ground to prepare it. And you can't get on the ground when they're training because balls are flying in all directions. And it's a dangerous environment to be in.
And if people are working flat out virtually all the time, motivation must be a job. And as a manager, motivating keeping people up for the task.
Yeah, well, I'm very lucky. I mean, I love the game. I love the industry, and for me personally it's quite easy, but for those guys working with me, I'm asking them to come along on the same ride when they've got younger families, they've got other things that they want to be doing on a Friday evening when we've got a T20 game or something. And I suppose in a way as manager I'm lucky because I'm probably being rewarded more than some of the younger guys are. So personally, it's not such an issue for me, but it's trying to find a balance where you can get the guys a little bit of time back during the summer, which is never easy. But what's the answer? Do you go to huge staffs and you work 50% of the time, then the other staff come in, or do you just try and soldier along as men?
I think in many ways it is a vocation. It's not a job for people, isn't it? That's
well,
what you are. You're an example.
Yeah, I mean, it has been. I mean, for me, as I say, I love the game, I love the job, and there's nothing that I want to do more. But am I right to expect that of other people? I'm probably not.
Well, I suppose if anybody wants to rise to the top, as you've done, it's a hard road to follow. So the ones that get there, are the ones that really deserve it and want to be there.
Yeah, I think you've really got to challenge yourself, ask yourself serious questions, and set yourself goals along the way. I've been very fortunate in that I've often been in the right place at the right time when jobs have come along, and it could, if I'd made other career moves, it may have been very different. So I've been lucky. Sometimes you make your own luck.
Sliding doors, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think you really have got to have a really strong interest in the game to get to the very top and to stay there for some time.
Now, have you got winter preparation work at the moment? You nearly finished that, and what have you got to look forward to at Chesterley Street going forward this year? Yeah,
we've been very lucky. Unlike a lot of the country, the weather up in the northeast has been really good. We got a couple of frosty snaps either side of Christmas, but for the last couple of weeks it's been really good. Temperatures have been up. We've had no rain. We've had little frost, so we've been able to get on, and I'd say now we're probably 2 weeks in advance of where we would normally be at this time of year. So I'm sure we'll get some bad weather yet, and I'm sure we'll be hit back, but at least we're in front, and we're not going to be playing catch up, because we start on the 27th of March, so it's not that far away now. In terms of the cricket we've got coming up this year, we've just got 2 internationals, a men's T20 against New Zealand, and we've got a women's T20 against Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, that's the only internationals we've got. We've got all our usual domestic cricket. We, in some ways, are lucky because we haven't got a 100-team at our ground, so we haven't got the demands that those guys have got. So it's a fairly standard season, I would say, this season coming up.
Well, good luck for the rest of it.
Well, thank you very much.
Great to see you again, and hopefully we'll see you at the end of the year as well as during the season, perhaps. And good luck going forward. Nice to see you.
Thanks very much. Good to see you as always.